Thank you all for taking a moment out of your day and attending. All right, so welcome. My name is Greg Nutt. I am the second vice commander of AMVETS Post 18 here in Orange County. And to tell you quickly a little bit about AMVETS, we are the oldest veteran service organization in the country. We started in 1944. By 1947, we were the first VSO chartered by Congress and signed into law by President Truman. And by that charter, we have to be involved with veterans and promote patriotism in our community, amongst a bunch of other things. And that is what we are doing here, is to recognize the patriotism of flying the flag, not every day, every day and properly. We also have programs such as the Welcome Home, which puts homeless veterans into Section 8 housing. And in addition, a lot of the other groups can help veterans, but we also put furniture in their homes. We have a thrift store in the Long Beach, Lakewood area. So we encourage you, if you donate furniture or clothing, to help AMVETS and veterans in that manner. We also are at the Orange County Fair right now. We'd have more stuff showing our colors off, if you will, but they're all at the Orange County Fair through the 27th. We do the first 2 weeks. We have literally talked people down from suicide. There are a lot of guys that need help, and this one, I'm wearing this bracelet today. We have these at the fair. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Currently, I believe the numbers show more from the Vietnam and Korea era than the younger fellows, but they need your help, and we have crisis hotlines to help with that. Okay, we also do the Honor Guard, which you see behind us is a small group of them. A few of them have some injuries today, couldn't be here. We do military funerals. There are fewer and fewer bases in the area, so there are fewer and fewer Honor Guards available. So that is also another thing we do, free of charge to service members and their families to fold the flag. We explain what all the folds mean to the flag. Up here, you'll find a book that's available to everybody. It's written by our first vice commander. He is a world-renowned expert on the American flag. There have been at least 2,000 flags in our country's history, and most people don't know that. And you might look up here today and see, hey, there's Old Glory, or there's the Star-Spangled Banner, but it's not. Those are very distinct flags, and it's very interesting. So that book right there has a small collection of those, and he has a either the original or a duplication made of almost every one of those flags. I think he told me it takes like 15 abreast and 150 deep to carry all the flags. So he's very much into promoting the flag and could not be here today. We do many, many other programs, so I won't go into all that, but let's thank everybody who's here. I understand that the General's son is here. Welcome. We also, Congressman Ruda's office is represented by Laura Oatman. Thank you. And what district again is District 48? And also Rick Whitaker from, I always get it wrong, from Michelle Steele's office. She is the 2nd District for Orange County. And he's also a Marine. Thank you for your service. And again, thank you, everybody. Who are the veterans here? I think we outnumber everybody today. Thank you for your service. All right, let's see. All right. So a little bit about the Lyon Air Museum. I feel like I'm talking to the people who probably know more than I do. But as you, for those who don't, they are co-located here with Martin Aviation. And if you didn't know anything about Martin Aviation, they're kind of like the original guys on the dirt here. They've been around since 1923, I believe, when he first got the land. It was taken over by the Army for a short time during that big war back, World War II, but then turned back over to the county as long as all aircraft, I believe, all types of aircraft, civil, general aviation, was allowed to fly out of here. It's been a drag strip. The first commercial drag strip was out here. I thought that was way out there by the Marine base, but I found out wrong. There was a guy who had a lot of money who built a big wooden airplane called the Hercules, or some people call it the Spruce Goose, set a world speed record flying out of here. except he didn't make it back. I think he crashed in a beet field not too far from here, got covered in beets, and I think the story is when he went home, I forget which starlet he was with at the time, but thought he was injured, but he was just covered with beet juice. So I'm not sure if that's totally accurate, but it's a great story if it's not. 1967, a terminal was built in Eddie Martin's honor and his name. And then by the time we get to 1979, there's another famous guy who rode a lot of horses and had a big cowboy hat named John Wayne, who was got the honor of it being named after him. And then in 2009, this museum opens to honor the greatest generation of probably aviators or military persons, in my opinion, who've ever served this country. Now, that's been 10 years, so happy birthday to Lyon Air Museum. Yay. And what I find extremely fascinating about this museum, because there's very few like it, where everything in there is airworthy. You can see the oil dripping. You see tires that are maintained. I was recently told at the Palm Springs Air Museum, if you look at aircraft and you wonder if they can fly, look at their tires, because nobody maintains tires to aircraft that can't take off. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and so that was the first thing I noticed before the oil pans. And as far as the namesake, General Lyon, the first time I'd heard of General Lyon, I'd seen Lyon homes, didn't really know what they were. And after my time in the Air Force and a little time in Disney security, I started working for Bassini and Logoni Architects in what at the time was Santa Ana Heights and became Newport Beach. And I got assigned to work on some sales offices for Lyon Homes. And they're like, that's General Lyon. I'm like, huh? Yeah, Air Force. I'm like, oh. Stood up a little taller. I'm like, I'm Air Force. Okay, I like this guy. So I'm looking him up, and he's served like 35 years, multiple medals. Korea, which my dad served in, World War II, all the theaters, combat, an impressive history. He could have easily left the service, retired, served on a few boards, not done much, but he's given back to the community by first starting to build homes for guys returning from the service. And now it's one of the largest home builders in the country. He's got this great museum. He still serves on boards. I understand he's 96 now. Godspeed. That's awesome. Can't even put into words what that means to me as an Air Force vet and just a vet in general, that he's still moving and still helping out in the community. So what we normally do at this point is we're going to have a moment of silence. I actually got to, get my phone ready for playing taps. Our honor guard, which is behind me, is going to fire 3 volleys for the remembrance of those who have fallen and still serve in the military. And I'd like to remind those who are prior service, even if you're not uniformed, the new flag code, or it's been around for a while, does allow you to salute even when you're not uniformed. So I ask you to salute while the honor guard does their rifle salute, and then we'll have silence with the taps after that. But first we'll have a moment of silence, and then we'll call for the honor guard. So. Commander?
Yes, sir.
Fire volleys.
Aye, aye, sir. On guard, cam, hut, forward, pull. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Forward up, pull. Present, pull.
Mark, you want to come on up? Where'd you go? There you go. And Mr. Lyon, please. Tim, I'll let you do the first one.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor and a pleasure to be here today on behalf of the Vice Chairwoman of the Board of Supervisors for the County of Orange, Supervisor Michelle Steele of the 2nd District, in which you are now standing for this ceremony. This is always one of the favorite things that she likes to do because it pertains to veterans. She loves our veterans. She loves the fact that people still today fly that flag and fly it high. And every time those of us, especially who have served, see that, it's something that we take note of and we take pride in and we're so appreciative of. And then the fact that we're here today at Lyon Air Museum, as the words were spoken about General Lyon himself and his legacy that still lives on. I mean, he's still with us, but he's already left a legacy, not just with this museum, with the Boy Scouts of America. The list goes on and on and on and on. The things this man has done for our country, through our county, and for us locally here to take pride in each and every day. And to be here today with his son, Bill, and then the president of Martin Aviation, Mark, to present this to them, this Patriotism Award, for making sure that it doesn't just fly every day, but it flies properly and it's lighted properly. And for it to stand in front of this museum, which represents some of the greatest times in our nation's history when we were called upon to literally save the world, and we answered that call. And to be able to come in here every day, Bill and Mark, with the way you just maintain it in such pristine fashion so that folks can always, always remember the price that has been paid for what that flag represents, is nothing short of amazing and is deserved far more than what a plaque on a wall means. But on behalf of the Vice Chairman, this is presented to Lyon Air Museum in honor of being a distinguished recipient of the Patriotism Award from American veterans for demonstrating your love of country and honoring our nation's veterans by properly flying the American flag outside your business every day. Your actions are commendable and serves as an example for others to emulate. Congratulations this day, Supervisor Michelle Steele, Vice Chair, Board of Supervisors. Okay. Oh, we got one more. Laura's taking one. We take care of each other. Got it? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, Tim, I've done this a few times, and you always make it hard to follow. You're much better up here at the microphone than I am. All right, I'm sorry. Next up will be Laura Oatman. She is from Congressman Harley Ruta's office.
Good morning, everybody. Is it morning or is it afternoon? It's still morning. Yes, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here today on this another special occasion with AMVETS. I am just thrilled to be here to represent your Congressman, Harley Ruta, who represents Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach, 12 cities actually in Orange County. And he couldn't be here today, but I am very proud to be here in his place. I just wanted to say thank you to Greg for inviting us. Thank you to Mark and to, I'm sorry, your first name? Bill. Lyon Air Museum is an amazing place. I've only been here once. My kids are all grown now. They're 27 to 32, or this would be just an incredible place to take those kids and teach them a little bit about the incredible history of the greatest generation, the World War II generation. I wish I could say I was a veteran. I'm not, but my father was a Korean veteran and my grandfather, World War II veteran in the Pacific arena. And I continually am amazed by the dedication and the incredible patriotism of those that continue to serve our country and have served our country in the past. So I just want to say thank you to all the veterans in attendance here today. And I'm very pleased to present this certificate of special congressional recognition to the Lyon Air Museum in recognition of your AMVETS Patriotism Award for proudly flying that beautiful American flag overhead. So thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Oh, I better take this with me.
Yeah, just pick it up and stand next to Mark. So we recently got this up and going for our post. It's a national program, and our first two were in Huntington Beach. I'm proud of my city. There's flags everywhere, but it could not be unnoticed. I actually have an architectural project right next door, and I kept seeing this flag when I'm on the roof, when I'm around. I'm like, boy, that's the museum over there, and that flag is up every day, and it's, always gives me a little bit of shivers. Like, no business is compelled to fly the flag, no individual. Mine's 24/7 in front of my house. In fact, I had to buy a new one. It's getting a little tattered. I was at the fair last night, and they've got some great flags made in the USA there. So I'm going to read what our award is about. We only do this once a year, so we really choose wisely, if you will, and we're very proud to be here at the Lyon Air Museum. And it's the Patriotism Award, AMVETS California Post 18, in recognition and appreciation for displaying the American flag each day. It is an honor to present this award to Lyon Air Museum. Your patriotism for our country is an inspiration to all. To quote George M. Cohan, "You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave." Congratulations, and thank you very much for flying this flag every day.
Anyway, just on behalf of General William Lyon and Bill Lyon and the family, Lyon family, and all the docents here and all the volunteers and the staff, just thank you. Thanks so much for coming out and spending your time doing this for us. And, while we don't feel like we do it for recognition, it sure does feel good to see that it is recognized, and we're pretty proud to have that. When we built the building, and Bill will probably remember this, we were all done with the plans. We started building the building and everything, and we were all kind of sitting there scratching our head going, there's something missing here. And it was the flagpole. So we added that right at the end here, and it was a really good move to be able to do that. I think it's really added to our, what we're trying to portray here. So thank you so much for coming, and please enjoy the museum while you're here. Bill's going to say something.
All right. Apologize for my father not being here. I'm actually glad he wasn't here to see me show up a little bit late. So it's not popular in a military family, but I apologize for that. But this is a great honor, and my father's first love was aviation before home building, before anything else, and part of that generation that wanted to serve and overcame a lot of obstacles to serve. He was supposed to be a Navy pilot. He wanted to be a Navy pilot, and he had a deviated septum, and so they wouldn't pass his medical. And he went and had surgery and came back, and they still wouldn't pass his medical. And eventually wound up in the Air Force, and it all worked out really well, obviously, for him there. This museum is really a labor of love for him and for the rest of the family. And it's Mark and the staff here, as well as all the docents that really make the magic happen here. The planes are great, the building's great, but really it's the people that bring this all together and make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing with the flag. And somebody's flying a helicopter over there, which I used to do, but oh good, they're going the other way. Okay. But anyway, to AMVETS and to the supervisor and the congressman, we really appreciate the recognition, and just want to thank Mark and his team and all the docents again for all they do to make this such a great gem here in the county.
Thank you. Again, thanks. And these comments show me that we once again have chosen wisely. Everybody's been so humble. They don't fly the flag for recognition. They fly it for patriotism and loving country. And we love to hear that. And that's really what the award is about. So thank you all for attending. Appreciate it. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you.